What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning into another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great night. Day 2 of the tampering period. Free agency officially begins at 4 o'clock tomorrow, so we'll see all of these moves become official, some more moves, and I saw a lot of people getting impatient this morning. It's like, hey, man, this is just tampering period. Slow it down. Yes, a lot of the star players go, and I'd love to have an all-pro player at every single position. Don't get me wrong. I wish this was Madden indeed, but unfortunately, it's real life. But in real life, I'm pretty damn excited. So today we make some depth moves. I'm like, whatever, we'll talk about them. But then a little cherry on top. So I get a text, and my source tells me, unfortunately, man, with CJ Gardner-Johnson, they were really trying to bring him back, and it just doesn't look like things are going to work out. I'm like, wait a damn minute. Like, they really are close to trying to bring him back. And he's like, yeah, just the money's just not working out. I'm like, you got to be shitting me, dude. Like, this was, and we talked about this, the last few days. I don't know that he wants to come back. I would take him back, but it just didn't sound like, those things were going to happen. But, I was shocked. So I let you guys know. He said they're going to lock in on Justin Simmons if that's the case. Apparently, Justin Simmons was even more outlandish than what CJ Gardner-Johnson was. So therefore, CJ Gardner-Johnson and Howie Roseman, the Eagles, they found themselves, commonplace in the middle there, made a deal work, and holy crap, welcome back, CJ Gardner-Johnson. I just posted a couple of the things. He posted an apology to the Eagles fans. I didn't get to upload it. Dude, I got so many damn things for you here. Just you'll see everything you need to know about the free agents we signed today. We'll go over them. Then we'll go through the whole free agent tracker. You'll see the players that are still free agents. We'll see the players that went to other teams. You'll see the guys that we signed, the reserve future guys, the updated depth chart. You'll see all the moves from around the NFL today. And then I've got the list of the top free agents at every position. So whatever position you're asking about, is there guys available here? Who's available here? We will have each and every one of them for you here tonight. So let's go, baby. Hope you're pumped up. This is the way I wanted to end at my night. So I'm feeling pretty good. Like to hear how you're feeling. Appreciate you all hitting the like button, subscribing. But let's effing go, baby. Sicko season in full effect. Go ahead, Howie. Keep on cooking, baby. My man Doyle, let's go. I'm pumped up, baby. This is what we're talking about. We got to stay patient here. Howie is that man. And a lot of people freak out. They need everything done on day one. Why don't we make every move, extend every player, restructure all of them at one time? That's just, again, not how real life works, so they will continue to work on things one thing at a time here, multiple things at a time. But Howie knows how to cook, man. So just as we talk about here on this show every year, stay patient, man. No reason to say the season's over day one of tampering period. But let's go. And Devin White, yeah, there's some intriguing linebackers available. We're going to take a look at. Football drama is better than reality. Yeah, it is. When you said the CJ, I said, here we go, the BS. Yeah, I was like, damn it, man. We actually almost had him back. And then you're just thinking, oh, here comes his agency just crapping all over us. And dude, whatever happened, Howie, you magical little son of a bitch. He made it work, so I'm pumped up here. Hope you're pumped up. Let's go, Joe. I'm pumped up, baby. Let's go, Birds. Wowie Goatsman, indeed, my friend. You know that man is always cooking. Yeah, it's still possible to keep Reddick. Yeah, but, obviously, we talk about it, how much cap space we have here. I've mentioned it here. Maybe you missed the show last couple of days when that was asked, but I talked about it. I would love to have Reddick, Sweat, and then last week when I talked about adding Huff and doing that with Reddick and Sweat, yeah, you could still do exactly what I said. So let's go, Bird. Seamus, appreciate you tuning in, my man. And no longer Wowie. Yeah, wow, indeed. Yo, man, appreciate you tuning in, my friend. Hope you're having a great night. And yeah, let's hope that they don't stop free agency. But luckily for us, free agency will roll on. It actually begins tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Then we've got the draft next month. So don't let Dan Cilio, ESP, get you guys worked up out there. Stay patient here. This roster is far from being over. But let's take a little gander here at what the Eagles added here today. And just most recently, we talked about CJ Gardner-Johnson not long ago here. And obviously with the injuries, that is something that is of concern. And, he missed like 4 games for us. He was able to come back to the playoffs for the Lions there. But look, he's 25 years old. And I think, well, he turned 26 there. So I think that This is a kid that's going to, obviously be one of the best at his game when he's healthy. We know his versatility. He can play in the nickel. He can play that safety spot. And some people were asking me if that was a possibility. That's what he's done his whole career. It's what he did for us when he was here a couple of years ago. So I don't know if people weren't paying attention or watching those games, but yeah, that's what he does. He brings versatility to the table when we talk about what he's able to do. And he did good in coverage, made some plays before he got banged up, but take those with a grain of salt. We know he's talented, and you're always going to hear people, you got to stay healthy. Here's a little crazy, this is a hot take for you. I hope that everyone stays healthy. Oh, you always want your players to be healthy. I'll be real with you. So, yeah, want him to stay healthy, but I'm happy to have an all-pro caliber guy that can help you in a multitude of ways. And Vic Fangio's defense, he fits perfectly. DeVante Parker. And we're going to talk about these guys again here in a second, but I always show you guys a little bio and stats so you can get to know what's going on here. We do this with every single player that's ever signed, ever, anything that's ever going on with the Eagles, just so you have something to come to, find the information you need. But you can see, look, DeVante Parker, 31 years old, going into his 10th season, and we know who this dude is, man. A big-bodied guy, and he's actually been pretty horrible the last few years. One of the worst, I think, actually the worst in the league in separation. So this is a guy that's going to be competing here this summer. This is not a lock. You're going to sign more free agents. You're going to draft people. You're going to sign undrafted free agents. So, look, man, this roster is far from over, but this is a guy that is a veteran, can come in here, and, maybe this is an upgrade over Julio. I don't know about that, but I'm just saying, obviously they're going to add because you have a bunch of free agents, Julio Jones, Olamide Zaccheaus, Quez Watkins. I think you should bring back Olamide as well. But yeah, people always freak out. Why are we signing players? Well, you want to have other players on your team too. You don't want to just sign one safety. You want to have depth in other places. You actually got to get up to 90. So, you want to sign depth pieces. It doesn't mean they're automatically making the team. They still got to compete this offseason. So, best of luck to you, DeVante Parker. Then to start the day, we actually got Matt Hennessy, and we talked about him back in 20 during that draft. And obviously out of Temple, that gives you a little extra boost there. But this kid missed all of last season, so you can see these are his 2022 stats, and take it with a grain of salt. You can't really get much on the offensive line here, but he is a versatile piece, guard and center. Now, started at center for these guys in 2022, and this is a guy that brings you that depth we talk about. Somebody that's going to go in here, push Tyler Steen for that guard, give you depth, as the center behind Cam Jurgens. But again, you're going to continue adding. You're going to get guys in the draft. So this is just part of the process every single year. Not every player that you sign is going to be an all-pro. And that's just how the NFL works. So good signings today. You got a couple depth pieces. You got a starting safety. But here's the thing. You can still keep adding. We still got lots of money. And I told you tomorrow, all that money and stuff will become official. That's when we'll know the updated cap space. So I'll give all that stuff to you. And we still got money to cook with here. I promise you. So just watch out for that video tomorrow. We'll be cooking here. But let's take a gander at what the hell's going on here with the Eagles. I'll jump back over to the comments here. But remember, the reserve future signings that we did make, you got 14 on offense. You have 10 on defense. You'll see these guys coming up here in that updated depth chart. But these are the guys that will be competing this offseason, the reserve future signings. These were the guys before free agency began. Now, we know that we had one extension. We will get DeVante Smith's extension. There is no rush to see a lot of people. How he failed, he didn't extend him. There is literally no rush. You don't have to do that right now. We will get it done. Landon Dickerson, though, locked him up. Highest paid guard in NFL history. Let's effing go. So very excited about that. And then we retained some of our players here. Brandon Graham, Braden Mann, Rick Lovato, and then Albert O also. So you got some pieces back. I think the special teams guy is very important. And, Brandon Graham provides some great depth there. Albert O will hope he continues to develop. Maybe can provide something as a receiving tight end there. Now, the guys we added, man, you've added 3 on offense. You've added 3 on defense here. And I like what you're doing so far. We talked about Bond yesterday, his versatility. We're looking at versatile guys, right there in a row. Bond, Gardner-Johnson, Hennessy. And obviously Barkley's a versatile guy because he could run, catch, do all kinds of things. And Bryce Huff, this is a dude that we talk about, a bright future for this young man. He was my number 1 free agent target. And I think that this is a dude that's going to shine here regardless. Reddick and Sweat, we'll see if they stay, but he's going to shine either way. DeVante Parker, we talk about it, depth. But we did lose some pieces, and, obviously very sad to see Fletcher Cox and Jason Kelsey go. We knew they would eventually have to hang it up, so brings a tear to all of our eyes. But we also lost some players in free agency. Byard and Swift went to the Bears. Then you have Mariota going to the Commanders, who are loading up. And then you have Nicholas Morrow going to the Buffalo Bills. But we've still got a lot of guys that are free agents there. So you can see Driscoll, Roderick Johnson, Julio, Opeta, Penny, Scott, Stoll, Quez, and Alameda. All free agents still. And then on the defensive side of the ball, Bradley, Cunningham Evans, Leonard Maddox, and Roby, all still free agents. So that's what's going on with the Eagles so far. And we'll take a look at all these moves and everything. I always give you guys an updated depth chart so you can see what that looks like. And then we'll take a look around the NFL, and I'll give you who the top remaining free agents are at every damn position. So let me jump on over here to these comments, and appreciate all of you tuning in here tonight, hitting that like button. Let's effing go. Want to hear how you guys are feeling, how we working it. Yes, he did. You did. We will get some pieces here. If we don't in free agency, we'll trade for somebody. We will draft somebody. Do not fear. We are on the phones here. A lot of teams who pick for us filling their corner voids, trying to be easy work. Yeah, they'll be filling a lot of voids, man. A lot of talent in this draft, so we'll be just fine. Okay, just wasn't expecting the big deals. And Sweaty J saying he's going to miss us. Yeah, you didn't like to see that. So, as I've said for over a year now, these are all very high possibilities. These guys could be traded. If someone gives you an offer, you can't refuse because they're in the last year of their contract. You gauge the market. How much are other teams willing to pay them? Are you going to be willing to pay that? Can you get something in return? Do you want to just have them for 1 year and let them walk? You got to decide all of those things. But we've got the money. It's just dependent on what the right decision is for the future. Team spending money in Reddick wanting more money. Do you think it's still likely he gets traded? I was just obviously talking about that, my man. So hopefully answer that question. Stop watching box scores. But yeah, we talked about him during the free agency. And I don't know what you're talking about here because I obviously had him pretty low on the list, and I talked about it. He had his issues. I don't like the fact that he quit on his team. So wasn't one of my guys I wanted this year. Let's go, Nina. Appreciate you tuning in. And Howie is always cooking. So very, very pumped up. And as I just mentioned there, when those numbers come out, we'll have the salary cap tomorrow. Parker hasn't done well recently. No, he hasn't. That's why I said he has been the worst. With that means the worst, dude. So what is the current state of the cap? Yep. However, with the size of Smith and AJ, yeah, man, he's gonna have to compete. We'll see. So hey, man, and yes, I can only repeat things so many times, but you guys heard me talk about that during the linebacker show, and yeah, man, he just didn't have it this year. And yeah, great signing. I thought, you needed some depth here. So I like it myself, Mark. There seems to be going outside the box for signing a run back. And we talked about that, man. Got a lot of slack for that running back show talking about those backs. I had some of the higher priced ones high because I thought this is the year you do that. You add a running back because you've got everyone else on offense. You've got a line. You lost Kelsey, but dude, Jurgens will step in. Steen, hopefully you'll figure it out. We got AJ, man. We got DeVante, Goddard, and dude, now you get Saquon with Jalen Hurts, a quarterback. Yeah, I'm pretty pumped up, man. So, cooking indeed. Let's go. Yo, my man, Drew, a true sicko in here. Up late at night, tuning in with us. Love you, sickos. Appreciate you all tuning in. Drew, my man. Hope you're enjoying this sicko season. And he is, dude, he's cooking, man. It is hot in here. Let's go. And Drew is truly on Vampire Hours, and we love to see it. Nana, maybe a stash gem. Be interesting seeing if he makes a jump at camp. Yeah, man, Nana looked okay at camp last year, so he's going to have a chance to compete. He's got that same kind of build as DeVante Parker, so I'd love to see him step up, Mark. Love the arguments I have with people saying Barkley was too much money. Yeah. Hey, man, if people are arguing with you about money, just send them my way. I'll show them exactly how it works, and every year I have to deal with it, but it's like, all right, dude, you guys know. It's hilarious, but let's go. Yo, how about it, Mario? It's so exciting to see how he's able to do. And we knew he was going to be cooking. So I'm pumped up to see it. A lot of people get impatient, but it's like, man, just watch. And huge shout out indeed. But dude, I love to see, this team is building something special. I told you, we'll be right back on track. They're talking about, this team's rebuilding. They're going to be, shut up, dude. We have a foundation built. Have you seen the pieces we already have? Rebuilded my ass. Just watch what happens, man. We're going to get some key pieces that we need. We'll be just fine. Talking about Boston, Scott. I don't mind either way. Congratulations, John. Yo, no doubt, indeed. And yo, my man Lil and Timothy. That's too funny. Chelsea was just laughing about that. I forget who said that not long ago, but that is a funny one to me. You guys are too hilarious with the names you come up with, and that's been my entire life, though. I mean, Jimmy Smith, Jesus. But dude, Lil, hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're excited. Let's go. Maybe it's time to have him play. Well, here's the thing. You can have them both play safety because it's not about free and strong safety in this defense, the same as it's been. This is the 4th year now, and you guys can go check out that video about how this defense works. But we got the Godfather now. But CJ will continue doing what he does, and that's being a versatile piece in certain matchups that can line up wherever you want him to. And that's what's great about having some of these defensive backs that we've talked about for, the 4th year now, where they fit perfectly into what this defense is, that hybrid kind of defensive back that's out there for the last few years and the hybrid defense we've been running. And now we've got the Godfather, Vic Fangio. He knows how to use these guys. We are going to be cooking, baby. I'm all about it. And I told you, once this little wave stops, I'm going to give you an update on that defensive video because I want, to see those pictures with some of those new players in there. So stay tuned. We'll see how things go the next few days here. But yeah, I'm pumped up, man. He's a bird now, so let's go. We forgive him. We saw his apology, so let's go. When he is healthy, he will come back. So as we've talked about here, he'll probably start the year on the PUP list. But yeah, only time can tell us that. Most surprised with the Barkley Huff signings. Chauncey was a good 2 re-signing. Well, Colin, I wasn't surprised because they were on my top list. So tune in anytime, my friend. And look, we talked about all of those things this offseason. I know you sickos love that stuff. So happy that you enjoy this stuff. And, man, I can't believe how he pulled a fast one and turned things around with CJ. Dude, if you saw my post about Justin Simmons, we were going to go after him because CJ seemed like he was out. But I guess Justin Simmons was even worse than what CJ was. So whatever happened there, I'm happy either way. But we could still go get Justin Simmons. We can still go get, Cameron Curl. We've talked about these things. So let's go. Super chats are, yo, dude, my man, let's go. Drew, appreciate you, my friend. Cannot thank you enough for that super chat. And you guys are awesome. Your support, it means the world to me. And you're like, you guys understand we're calling him a vampire. China was calling him vampire hours because of the fact that this dude moved to Germany, still does his best to tune in when I go live. And you're 6 hours difference here? So we're looking at 3:45 a.m. for you right now. Am I correct there? You sicko, dude. And apparently he also gifted 10 freaking memberships. So you guys, during this Fan Friday, this is going to be a nuts one. I'll be making a post tomorrow. You guys will be able to get your questions in. I make graphics for you. We'll be doing a lot of stuff this free agency period. I actually wanted to talk to you, Drew, since you've been you and Liz have been the longest, so I want to talk to you about some things. But for those of you that are members, you get some perks here. And look, I can't thank you enough for that, Drew. You guys, I don't know how you do that. You just take it. I don't know how it first come, first serve kind of thing. But my man, Drew, your support, it is truly unmatched, man. I love you, brother. And I hope you're doing well. Hope you're really getting settled in there. Hope the job's going well. Hope the family is doing well. Man, I've been thinking about you because that's crazy to, go to another country. And I took German in high school, and it's like, dude, I really think that'd be intense having to live somewhere and try to actually hold conversation. So it's badass, bro. I mean, you're moving up in the world. You're doing well. So love to see it. And love you, man. Really appreciate that. I know you are always tuning into these shows. I know sicko season. You've been dying for it. You guys are all, man, you're sickos and you're just like me. So, when I'm at work, I'm on leads today. I'm checking my phone, looking at stuff. I'm in the basement, oh, yeah, I'm just turning my flashlight on here. Let me check these notifications real quick. I am a true sicko, dude. I just don't know how else to explain it. But that's what we came up with, and that's what we've been living with. And I love you guys, man. It's awesome. So let's go. But I'm going to get over to this stuff here, give you some more of that information I know you want. You can see those drafts. Oh, yeah, man. We're definitely going to be adding players in the draft, keeping up with all we going on. So, oh, yeah, man. I only say things when I believe them, and I believe that we're still building that foundation that we talked about, bro. This is a chance to build something, a juggernaut that nobody can beat. It's still right there, man. You still have Jalen Hurts. You still have all those weapons. The defense was just ass. We got Vic Fangio. We got all the pieces, and I see so many people confused. This Sweat doesn't fit what we've been doing for the last 3 years. Reddick doesn't fit into a 3-4. It's like, it's not a 3-4, dude. It's a multiple scheme defense, and this is literally the fourth effing year. It gets old having to explain it, but it's like, no, they do fit because that's why they're on the team. But bro, let's go. Let's go. But we're all proud of you here for sure. And I'm very happy, Anton. Very, very, very happy. Yo, again, Drew, you are the effing man. And I look forward to you guys that are becoming members. Make sure you're active, because some people have taken those before and then you don't get any questions. And I want you guys to get that stuff in so we can have a great Fan Friday where you feel like you're part of the show. People answer your questions, right? So let's go, baby. Let's make this Fan Friday a nuts one in Drew's memory here, if he's not here, because it might be a late one for me Friday, bro. But if you're on Vampire Hours, might see you, bro. Either way. And that's what I mean, bro. When people freak out, it's like, dog, it's 4:00 tomorrow, and I'm going to do my best to be home. I was like, I got to be home early Wednesday. I'm going to be here. We're going to lock in. We're going to all the official moves. We're going to get that cap space. And I'm a fiend for that stuff. But as I tell you, the tampering period, people always get caught up with the numbers. I don't care, man. When it becomes official, that's when, right? Because it's like, that's when they put it on the books. That's when I can give it to you. Nothing I can do until that moment. So we just got to stay patient there. So all about it. And, yo, Drew is the man, Joe, and make sure you guys are getting those memberships, and let's rock and F and roll. I might even put that post out tonight since you new members are here, so look out for it. It'll be out there. It's a post only you guys can see that are members, but yeah, we'll get ready for this Friday show, and I'm pumped up. We got a lot to talk about, and you can change that if you ask like something, and obviously something happens in that time, you can change it, all that stuff. So let's go. Big shout out to Drew. And so make sure you guys are collecting those. I'm not even sure how you do it, but maybe you guys can help each other out down here below. But you guys are awesome, man. Welcome home indeed, my friend. Welcome home. And he really is, man. He's a good friend to the show, and he's a good man to all you guys, not just me, but you guys are family here, and that's what this is all about. You diehards, you sickos who just don't want the misinformation. You actually just want to talk football, enjoy it. You're done with the negativity, all the whining out there. That's what this is for, man. And I get home from work. I don't want to sit here and just hear people whine. You know what I mean? I want to sit down with you guys, get excited, get ready to run through a wall, blood pressure going through the roof, pumped. Trade Reddick or Sweat. What do you think it would be for? Well, we talked about that yesterday. We talked about Sweat, and Reddick, the last few weeks. When you're trading guys like that, you got to realize the team trading for them is like, look, yeah, we're trading for them, but, not only do we have to give you something, but we got to pay them too. So that kind of helps out. But I think for me, maybe Reddick, get a second and some change, Sweat third and some change. But we talked about this. I heard like, oh, first round picks. I don't know, man. Howie is a fleecer. So maybe you throw in some other things. Maybe you do get it. But I think for me, a second round pick, I'd be ecstatic about a guy like Reddick, who's 30 years old, still a lot of talent, one of the best edge defenders in the game. But, you get something in return. You don't have to pay him, because if you're not paying him next year, he's walking. So you got to decide that, right? And that's what they're doing right now. And you got Bryce Huff. Now maybe you go get some other players. You see what you do in the draft before you decided. I talked about that with Reddick and Sweat. Go check those videos out with their money, where it's like there's reasons why you don't trade him just yet and things like that. So, hey, whatever's best for the team. Somebody probably wants upward of 17 plus million. Yeah, man, he's I'm sure looking to be paid as one of the highest guys even at 30. So hey, and oh, now I can see you guys have the little member thing. So Dank, my man, he got one. Luffy, my man, you got one. Let's go. It's not showing anyone else yet. We're going to dominate indeed, Lil. Hey, I told you, let them keep hating. I'll keep educating. And yeah, man, that's what free agency and the draft are for. So I'm pumped about it. And yeah, his agency, him leaving, that was the dumbest thing he could have ever done. So glad he made the right choice this time around. And Nino, let's go. Looking forward to this Fan Friday. I always look forward to it anyway, because you guys tune in. But when I can, you guys get a minute to think about it, right? And you're like, oh, he's going to make a graphic of this, and my name's going to be on there. Like, I want it to be special to you guys. So, whatever, it doesn't have to be questions. It could be topics. It could be something random. It doesn't have to be about free agency, whatever's on your mind, man. So that's what it's all about. I'm looking forward to that. And, Drew, my man, that's awesome, dude. Fairy Godfather in Germany. Yeah, no doubt. That's that man. OG, indeed. He's one of the originals. And, dude, you are the man, Drew. We all love you, brother. Job seems to be going well, dropping $60. Drew, the GOAT. And yeah, he really is. Right? Look at him just dropping it all on us. So that man, he's a true saint. A true saint. Really appreciate you, man. And Joe, I think you just click it somewhere if you guys can help him. I'm not sure if they've been taken or what's going on there, but let's go. Hopefully you got one, Joe. If not, someone literally just said this to me. They're like, can't you gift them? If there is a way to do that, I will find that. If there's a way I'm able to gift you guys that stuff, I don't see why I wouldn't. So, yeah, I'll figure that out, man. And if we don't figure it out for you, I'll get one to you. You just remind me of that. I'm at work right now. Let's go, Mario, my man. Let me get into some useful information so you don't have to just hear me blabbering. Not sure it works. Yeah, I'm really sorry, guys. I don't know how that works either. How many total draft picks we got? 9, 8. Then we have 8 the next year. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, Linda. Linda's got my back. Let's go. And man, it's going to be a fun draft period too. So we'll see. And oh yeah, we're still in the market for a linebacker or safety. Again, like we have lots of things that we're going to continue adding. Like this free agency didn't even start yet. And you hear media people whining, fans whining. It's like, dog, this is just a little primer, baby. Like, watch when he goes and trades for somebody or does something. Dude, it's going to be nuts. Devin White, not so sure. Jerome Baker wouldn't be against. Yo, let's go. That's what it's all about, baby. Let's share that energy that we feed off each other's vibes, right? I always tell you, it's like the juggernaut. Like, let's go. Let's just keep hitting me. Let's build that energy up, baby. So that's what I love to hear, Joe. Let's go. And yeah, if you guys get anything from this, you're feeling that energy, do me a favor, hit that like button. And whoa, we got another super chat here. My man, Mark, let's go. And look, I would love to keep Reddick. I said it during the Edge Defender show before anyone even knew who Bryce Huff was. I said, you got to get this kid. And if you keep Reddick and sweating him, I'm perfectly fine with it. And then maybe you let somebody walk next year, but let's go try to win a Super Bowl with the craziest edge defender group. If you think you're going in the draft, you think Nolan Smith has developed enough, he got that work on his shoulder, so maybe he's going to be better. You got Brandon Graham back as depth. It depends on how you feel, man. I'm not Howie. I can't, this is why I talked about it last year, because I said this is going to be so hard to talk about next year because you got two guys that I love coming up as free agents after this year. So you got to be ready for it. And we'll see, man. But I love me some Huff, and I'm excited for him and Nolan Smith to see how they grow together. So, and thank you for that, Drew, my man. Yeah, you guys, the likes, the shares, all that stuff, it truly does help, helps put me out there in the stratosphere. So let's go. Yo, George, my dude, hope all is well indeed with you, my friend. Let's go. And I'm very pumped up, dude. And yeah, we'll get DeVante done. We got a lot of things, and I'm sure Howie wishes he was Goro with 4 arms and able to make 36 moves at one time, but I think he's been cooking so far for, the time he's used. We have made some pretty big moves, when we talk about extending Dickerson, extending DeVante, but I think the one people are missing, and I expect to hear content creators and media now talking about it. So tell them I told you. Milton Williams is who needs to be extended as well. So let's go. And we do indeed forgive him. Yeah, I would love to keep Reddick too. And he wants to stay as well, man. So let's go. What's going to be Agent Zero? Oh, yeah. Who's going to be? I don't know, man. That's a good question. Do you ever do an Eagles live mock draft? We do it every year here, Richie. I love when we all just blabber. Mario, I'm all about it too, my friend, but more for Fan Friday. So let me get over to this information. Really like Swift. Yeah, I did too, man. But I'm pumped about Saquon. Rodgers is going to cook next year. Yeah, I bet. Look, they've been forgetting, and I've been the only one telling them. Ever since the day we got him, I've shown him every single day on this show. You have seen that depth chart with him on there. So I try to get people on, and I promise you, they'll know every player. But that's why on this show, I literally show you guys the depth chart, every single move that's ever made. Like, you can't tune in here and be like, I don't know. You have to know what's going on. Like, you have to. So, I mean, I don't know, man. 26. My brother's hoping he keeps it so he can rock his Sanders jersey, right? So, but Howie is the GOAT indeed. He truly is. Yeah, we'll see who wears it. We'll see, man. I saw Landon talking today, so they got to become official tomorrow. So after that, maybe tomorrow, maybe Thursday. But I think you could see some stuff tomorrow, possibly. Theory is going to wear 2 because you tweeted 2 Eagles. I'm going to say, yeah. Can't argue with that. Maybe I think you'll probably try to roll with 26, but we'll see. Now, let me show you this depth chart here because I know a lot of you guys like this. And now I took out all those other guys that were our free agents, so they're gone. All you see now are the people under contract. They're in white. You see the free agents that we've added in green, and then the reserve future signings are in gray here. So you see Saquon Barkley there as our starting running back, and you see DeVante there as depth. Obviously, you're going to add to these positions. You've lost people at both. Quarterback, we've talked about. We're going to look at all the people available. Talked about tight end. I'd like to see some added there too. We talked about the offensive line. There are a lot of people we're going to look at here in a second. Then you look at the defense here, and you see Bryce Huff, and he could be the starter if somebody goes. You see a lot of guys competing there behind Sweat and Reddick. So you got Nolan Smith, Bryce Huff, Patrick Johnson, Graham, Okwara was added, Jackson, Brandon Smith, Terrell Lewis. So you got a lot of these tweener guys that can dabble a little bit with off ball, but that's because you want your edge defenders to be able to drop in coverage. You hear people whining about it every year, but that's just the way this defense works. But you've got guys that can do it. Your interior guys, yeah, you lost Fletch, but Milton Williams is going to step in. You got a Jomo, to a below 2. Very excited about them. You see Booker and Ellis. So feeling good. You could add there, but I don't think you necessarily have to. You could draft there. Now, a linebacker, you added Bond. He's going to be depth. He will not be the starter. You will either be trading for someone, drafting someone that will be a starter here. I promise you, a trade or something is coming. I promise. So, look, I have him, slotted in there, but when you look at this secondary, that's what gets me excited. You got Slay, you got Rodgers, and I try to show people Rodgers with a D there. This is the dude who will be starting. I promise you. Worried about James Bradbury, who cares? McPherson can start in the nickel. There will be packages where Gardner-Johnson can play the nickel. Hopefully, Sidney Brown will be healthy, so you'll have Sidney Brown and some other safety, maybe Cameron Girl, maybe, Blankenship. I mean, we talk about those 3 safety sets, how important they are. Big nickel, the dime packages, all these things that, I went over in that defensive video. I will recap with the new players, but I'm going to wait till we add a little bit more. But Gardner-Johnson helps you as a nickel and a safety, but you truly need safety help here. So we know that. Just wait to see that as they add more, it becomes apparent that Gardner-Johnson will continue to do what he does, and that's help in all different facets of the secondary. So he's a weapon, man, a Swiss Army knife. Love to have him. Happy to have him back. Let's go. And then the special teams, baby. We got Lovato. We got Braden Mann locked up. We got a special teams unit, man. We got Covey as returner. You got Rodgers to push him. And I think, again, you can add in the draft. You can do all kinds of stuff. So pumped up about this team already, man. And things are just getting started, man. So get pumped up. Get very pumped up. Eagles have called multiple teams regarding trading a cornerback. I wasn't seriously aggressive. I don't know if we're going to try to trade for a cornerback, but definitely could try to trade for a linebacker. Think Howard drafts the tight ends? Oh, yeah. Well, you have to draft the tight end. Definitely. Am I late for the... Oh, Liz, let's go. We're in here partying. We're getting wild as hell. It's been a damn good show, but we are happy to have you. Better late than never. And, yeah, I can't wait either. You're going to have weapons on the field, man. And I cannot wait. You talk about Sidney Brown, his versatility, his ability to kind of mimic what CJ does, but at a different level. You think of like a free safety, strong safety kind of difference between the two. But I love what they're able to do, and they fit perfectly as what we're trying to do. And yeah, man, Howie's been on the phones. So if I had time, man, like I got work tomorrow, so I wanted to make a show like trade candidates, and it's just like, oh my God, just crazy, man. But maybe tomorrow, we'll see. But let's take a look around the NFL. See what happened, and then let's take a look at these free agent guys. So what I'm going to do is we're going to try this again. So bear with me as I type this in here. But so I'm going to do is take myself off, and I don't know why it likes sassing me, but it does. So we're going to take that down. And then we're going to try this. Bear with me, folks. This damn thing loves to crap all over me. So we are sharing the screen. We are sharing this. So hopefully someday over the rainbow, you're going to see this. So, okay. Adam Troutman, you're going to see his name in a second. So, yeah, he is no longer available. Manhurts visiting Giants. Mir Smith, Marset resigning. Okay, Miles. I'm nothing huge here. Yeah, Gardner-Johnson, baby. Deontay Johnson gets traded for Dante Jackson to the Panthers. Panthers, okay. Giving Bryce Young some weapons there. Dante Jackson joining Patrick Queen in Pittsburgh. Damn it. Like me some Isaiah McKenzie. Do not like he's going to the Giants. Saints, Willie Gay, no doubt. Not a big fan. Didn't really want him. Jordan Poyer wouldn't have minded having him back. Going to the Dolphins. Daniel Hunter. Vikings, that would have cost us too much. Raekwon Davis to the Colts. Boo. He would have been good depth for Jordan Davis. But I like that position. Don't think you necessarily need to go there. Jonathan Owens to the Bears. That would have been a decent depth signing. Vontae David back to the Bucks. Boo. Lyric Jackson stays. Giants got Jalen Mills. Yeah, I saw that too. Ugh, don't like that. I just don't like seeing him there because I like him. Panthers, Josie Jewell. Commanders, Chin. Man, I don't like that, dude. They're really going to have a weapon there, dude. Ooh, yikes. I'm a fan of Jeremy Chin, and I think if anyone can figure him out, Gus Bradley is going to use him as a weapon, dude. And you saw what he did with Marquise Bell there with the Cowboys. I think Chin's going to shine over there in Washington. I don't like that. Jordan Elliott, Niners. Packers get Corey Ballantyne. Okay. Morrow. Tyler Roth. DeVante Parker. Man, it would have been cool 10 years ago, right? No, just kidding. But, again, he's going to have to compete for a job, man. You got a lot of young guys here that will push him. So he is not a lock to make this roster. But, hey, add some depth here. Push some guys. I'm all about it. Nixon back to the Packers. Don't like that. Ashawn Robinson to the Panthers. Uche stays with okay. Didn't like Kenny Moore staying with the Colts. Damn it. Dante Fowler to the Commanders. Votto. Saul Harris stay with them. Boo. Deion Bush resigning. Don't care. Giants got Drew Luck. Best quarterback on their roster now. No, I don't like that. Meek Robertson to the Lions. Damn you. DJ Dallas. No doubt. Odom. I'm good there. We'll take a look at this, and then I'll give you these lists. But I want to see what happened throughout the day here. Show you guys. Malcolm Roach, Broncos, Michael Dunn, Browns, Fotu Jets, Irv Smith, Chiefs. We talked about that. I think, when I made that video this morning, we talked about those moves that were made. So we're getting close to the end of the road. Dearness Johnson resigns. Rigoberto Sanchez resigning with the Colts. Mooney getting $13 million a year. That's embarrassing for the Falcons. But then again, they just gave Kirk Cousins, what? Like $180 million, I think it was. And they didn't give Lamar Jackson $200 million. Whew. That's got to be hard to swallow there if you're a fan of the Falcons. Kaminsky, Lions. Hines to the Browns. Stays healthy. That'll be a good one. Dolphins got Barrett. Mixon, Texans. Yeah, I saw that. Instead of cutting, they got the 7th rounder in return, I think it was. Bengals, Gesicki. Yeah, I talked about him. Not big on him. Cowboys made a move. That's a huge signing, as their fans would say. Sorry. Long snapper Trent Stieg locked up there. Browns got Jameis Winston. Commanders, Marcus Mariota. Derek Watt retires. Lowry and Kwenku are released. Hennessy signed. Clellan Farrell. You should see me with all these names I do for all these shows, man, trying to pronounce people, figuring out their names. It's fun. I do enjoy it. Darius Williams to the Rams. No doubt. Aaron Jones, Vikings. Daquan, Bills. Darney to the Vikings. Kenneth Murray. I think that was like near the beginning of today, I want to say. So, got to be getting close here. I thought it was only going to be a few pages, but lordy. Jets. So, Giants lost their best quarterback. Jets get him. Jets also get Kinlaw. That's a good signing. Allegretti, Commanders. Simpson Jets, Lewis Panthers, McManus Commanders, Zach Moss, the Bengals. Okay, that was yesterday. Oh, we made it, ladies and gentlemen. So those were all the things that happened today. I'm sorry, man. I just don't have all the time I used to have to put some of those things together, like all the moves with the colors and all the things it did. Yeah, I just don't have the time to do that. So what I do have together is I took out all the players that were signed and I filled them up with players that are still free agents at the positions that had people available. So it was 240 available because you had 20 at each position, but a couple of them we didn't have 20. So you get 18 in a couple of them, but 236 total coming your way. And just in time indeed. And you never know, man, that is probably what they're working on. Just saying, when you talk about adding things into the mix to make things better for you, that's what we're talking about, and Howie is, as I've said throughout the show, he is cooking right now trying to get a linebacker. However, I doubt it, man, because I don't work for the Eagles and I don't do this stuff. So I'm just trying to keep up with them and tell you guys. And I luckily have a source who tries to keep me up with stuff. And unfortunately, it was funny. When I got the text, he said, he's like, I'm in class, so I'll let you know when I get back with the guys. So when he got back with the Eagles, he was going to, he's like my age, and he's going back to school for like sports science stuff, which is really cool. But he said he was going to get back to me. So I'm like sitting here like, damn, we're going to get Justin Simmons. And I'm like ready for it. Dude, I'm like, yeah. And then it's CJ Gardner-Johnson. I'm like, yo, dude, what the? And he told me, I guess, Simmons was asking way too much. And I was like, oh, damn. So they went back with CJ and figured out whatever needed to happen. And I'm not complaining. But let's go, Mario. Let's go. And we're all very, very happy indeed. Still gives us issues. We should have flying car. Oh, man. I think I could have a flying car and they'd just make sure I was smacking into every building and hitting the ground. Herschel teaming up to piss Jimmy. Oh, yeah. See, exactly. China knows exactly what I'm talking about. No matter what I do, there will always be someone. And I was just talking about this at work. Had a nice long drive. It was yesterday. And I told you I was driving all over Tarnation and just talking about like life is just, I don't know what I did, man. I just, the moment I've been a kid, like all the things like that just piled up. And it's like, I can't use that as an excuse. Like you got to use it as fuel, man. You got to keep going. But these things, they do their best. And there are some days where I definitely feel like, oh, and you see it, dude. I let it out, baby. I wear my heart on my sleeve. Some sweet chin music. You start seeing me get my leg pumped up. Oh, yeah, man. But you know it. Love it though. You see what I go through. Doing good. And yeah, they are adding big time. And those damn commies, they will get you. You got to watch out. Some of the guys that I work with, you start talking about commies, they'll start drifting off the sea. We've got some high plains drifters. Don't have a QB nor no line. Got to have that. But I'm sure they're going to be making moves in the draft and doing their best. Dallas, while everyone makes moves. Yeah, Dallas sucks. I love every second of that. I love it. Steven, of course, my man. Let's go. It is my pleasure. And I appreciate each and every one of you. We're about to look at every damn free agent position here. All the top 20 at each. 18 at a couple, though. Resetting the long snapper market. How about this? Yeah, dude. How about it? Too funny. But we already set our market. We brought back our guy earlier, Rick Lovato. So I love it. They do, man. They're going through it right now, and you see it. And I'm lucky that I don't, build my empire arguing with those people because I can't. They don't know what's going on. They're miserable, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. Gotta hate Scale more than I do. Yeah, man. No doubt he does. Go Birds. Have a great night, Joe. Hopefully you got that. Doesn't look like you did, but we'll figure it out, man. We'll get you hooked up here. But where's my hoverboard? I don't know, man. Jump up on it. It better be the future. We better Back to the Future. Yo, you guys want to hear something crazy? So my buddy, whose business it is that and I've been going on leads with him. I told you, we go out to this cabin and I'm not even going to explain what they need done, but we're sitting there, we're going to get in this conversation. We're talking for a while. And by the time we're leaving, we get in the car, me and my buddy looks over me. He's like, do you realize what just happened? And I was like, what happened? He was like, it was like Bill and Ted. He's like, we literally were just sitting there talking to our future selves. He's got longer hair that was coming out of his hat. This dude had longer hair that was coming out of his hat. The other guy had long hair and a ponytail. And he was talking to that guy and I'm talking to a long hair guy. Dude, And I honestly, as we were driving away, I was like, dude, that's really weird. Like, we were so freaked out about it, man. But Back to the Future, bro, we were too funny. But I'm with you, Joe. I wish it was, but soon enough. And hey, yeah, he might get at it. We talked about him. He is a weapon that Vic Fangio could definitely use, like we talked about with Chin. Great work, yo. I appreciate that, my friend. Glad you're enjoying it. Hope you have a great night. I'm going to check out these free agents. Who's with me? Let me know who you like. Gonna show you the top 20 that have 20 at each position. So here, we still got my guy, Tyler Huntley. Throw him in as QB3. Maybe Dobbs. He's all right. Again, we're looking for QB3. You want to add an undrafted kid? I'm fine with it. You want to draft someone in the 7th round, even though we don't have a 7th round pick? That's fine. So you've got some options here. You've got, who's that at the end? I'm running out of options. He's literally the 20th quarterback, old Wentz there. And I know there's somebody watching who's like, yeah, he's going to be the starter. No, he literally, it was the last quarterback I had to choose from. And then that is the only reason he is on that list. So if someone signs somewhere and it's down to 19, I'll cut his ass right off and it'll be 18. That's how I feel about that. Go ahead and get Tyler Huntley. Let me know who you like at the quarterbacks. Now at running back, my guy A.J. Dillon's still available. Now, he and Saquon, not against that 1-2 punch. Little Kenny Gainwell is number 3. He could be the new Boston Scott. All about it. J.K. Dobbins, if he stays healthy, not against that. Foreman, he's quite a bruiser. Wouldn't be against that. Ty Johnson runs tough as hell. Can catch the ball, can return the ball. I think Ty Johnson might be next to A.J. Dillon there for me. Add Ty Johnson. I know a lot of people, who's that? I hate him. Get excited if that happens. Like the kid a lot. Cordero Patterson, Old Man River, still pounding that rock, still catching the ball, still returning the ball. Can do a lot. Don't know that we need that here. But look, if he's on the cheap, sure, why not? Boston Scott, you want to bring him back? Not against it. Rashad Penny. He wasn't good enough to beat out Boston Scott last year. I doubt he's got enough in the tank to really do much anywhere. So, hey, best of luck to him, but doubt it will be here. Now at wide receiver, Calvin Ridley still out there. Heard the Patriots are interested. Got Hollywood Brown, Curtis Samuel. You know, I was very interested. I think he was like my top fit at receiver. Look, him and Alameda, I think, they fit what we're trying to do here. And Alameda, clearly I thought was underused. Yeah, Quez Watkins used over him. But you want to get some guys that Kellen Moore is familiar with. Cedric Wilson. We talked about him a few weeks ago. He and Jalen Guyton, I think, could fit in as a depth piece, pushing people this summer. Don't have to necessarily make the team. Odell Beckham Jr. still got some left in the tank. I know a lot of people like Tyler Boyd, Sterling Shepard. You got Agnew, Richie James. You've got some talented guys here. Maybe you can revive the career of someone like Chase Claypool. Maybe Laviska Shenault you use as a weapon. A lot of options there. So not against Shenault. Really think Curtis Samuel or Alameda would be really nice. Cedric Wilson, I think, would be a great addition. So, hey, lots of, guys still out there. Everybody's saying free agency's over, and it starts tomorrow. So, you see here at tight end, I'm going to take a break in a second. I want to hear who you guys like on offense here. But you see, tight ends, I told you, we need help there. So go in the draft and go here into the free agent pool. So you've got guys like Hooper who can catch the ball. Everett. Troutman just re-signed, so obviously not available. Logan Thomas, Azoma, Hurst, Mercedes Lewis, still one of the best. And this dude's like almost 40. Still one of the best blocking tight ends, can catch the ball. I like Harrison Bryant. Talked about him. I still think that Bryson Hopkins would be the top fit for the Eagles. He wouldn't cost you anything. This kid's got a bright future. I think next to Goddard, he would shine. Go get me Bryson Hopkins. If you don't know who I'm talking about, go look him up. Now we'll give you a look at the old offensive lineman as well. Talked about adding Hennessy, but maybe you want to add a tackle. So you've got guys out there. Tyron Smith leaving the Cowboys. But maybe someone like an Andres Pete who can play tackle, can play guard. You've got some versatile pieces out there. So we'll see if they want to add someone there. Then at guard, I think this is another 18er. And I think you just saw that somewhere else, or maybe it's just whatever. Well, you see the numbers at the top. So only 9 and 9 on each side here, but I wouldn't be against adding Sua Opeta and Jack Driscoll right back onto this team. If not, maybe you go get a Sadiq Charles, a Dalton Reisner with some starting experience. Maybe you get a younger guy. So whatever you want to do, I think you look to the draft to get a little younger. You see Vitae's there. So some veteran options. And then at center, you talk about Juergens being there. You talk about Steen hopefully taking right guard. But if you can find some, versatile pieces like Brian Allen, you've got guys like Connor Williams we talked about. who I would love to see, Coleman, Shelton, guys that can play center and guard. They provide depth, just like what Matt Hennessy. So we got one of those guys, Matt Hennessy. He was out for all of last season, but if he stays healthy, that's great. Maybe a little Will Clapp. I know you guys love that joke. So maybe add somebody, veteran wise, but I still think you look into the draft. But you see there on offense, a plethora of people remaining. But I know what you really want to see, ladies and gentlemen, and that is the defense. But let me know how you're feeling about that offense. Who do you like there? Who would you add at any of those positions? But we'll get into the defense here in a second. And was Biff there too? He might have been. But I think running back either Foreman. Yeah, no, I talked about Foreman as one of my favorite fits there. So Breida wouldn't be against that. DJ Wilson intrigued me, no doubt. Let's have it go. Yo, my man John. Salute to you, my friend. Hope you're having a great night. Appreciate you tuning in. I'm not a big fan of Paris Campbell, but if he's going to be here as death pushing people, not against it. Not against it at all. And his familiarity with Nick Sirianni, maybe that'll help him out. Maybe he could shine here. Draft is a lot of talent wide receiver. Can see how and that's what we talk about. We don't have to sign people. Oh, the season's over. We didn't get that. It's like, dog, the draft's coming. We're going to add even more. And then there will be free agents. And maybe if you don't like what you have, you could trade. Remember when we talked about that a couple years ago? And I was like, watch they trade for a safety. And then these mother effers trade for CJ Gardner-Johnson. And it was like, oh. So patience is key, man. And that's just the way it goes every single year. And people always get wild. But let's jump into this defense. So interior defensive lineman, I talked about it. I don't feel that we necessarily need that. But, you're looking for some veteran help. Maybe you add one of these guys. I think Tier Tart, a younger guy that I would love to add here. Puna Ford could provide depth behind Jordan Davis. Would love he or Brian Monet there. We got Rakeem Nunez-Roches. Got a lot of options there, but I've mentioned the ones I think I would not mind having. Now, edge defenders, this could be important because you don't know what's going on with Reddick and Sweat. And if you do trade one of those guys, do you bring in Julian Aquaro's brother, Romeo? Do you get someone like a Clowney, a Chase Young, spend some big money? And if so, why don't you just pay Reddick? So don't know that you go for one of those top guys, but maybe you add a Jerry Hughes at the age of 74 who can still lay someone in the dirt. You got Mike Dana there. DJ Woonem, I would really not mind at all. You've got guys that I don't like that I'm looking at. Casey Toohill, bring him on back home. K'Lavon Chaisson did not really pan out for the Jags, but maybe new system. You can figure things out there. Rasheem Green, maybe give him a shot. James Smith Williams. So a few options there at edge defender, but I like what we have now, and I would just keep Reddick, Sweat, and Huff. Then you have Nolan Smith and Brandon Graham. That's one of the most fierce edge defender rooms if you just leave it go. So we talked about that. That's how this defense is going to shine with pressure. And, that's why I had Bryce Huff as my number one. I thought it would cost us, and go watch the video. This is before anyone was talking about Bryce Huff. I had him as my number one guy because, he's going to cost you a little bit, but let's stack this baby and let's go whoop some ass and win this Super Bowl, dude. So that's what I'm all about. Now, linebackers. Need us a linebacker, right? So, dude, why don't you just go get Bobby Wagner? Why don't you just bring a dude who was playing still as one of the best linebackers in the game last year, top 5 easily. And he's older, but he's going to help Nakobe Dean. He's going to help Ben Van Sumeren, Zach Bond is depth. So why don't you get a Bobby Wagner, grab an Isaiah Simmons, and then add whoever else you want in the draft. And then you feel comfortable. Devondre Campbell even, man. I think there is some talented guys. I like Jerome Baker. I know that he's familiar with Vic Fangio, but I think I would go Bobby Wagner first and foremost. Isaiah Simmons is different to me. He's kind of more of a weapon than just an off-ball linebacker. So talk about the big nickel, the dime backer, doing certain things, and also playing off-ball linebacker at times. But, I just think we need a true off-ball linebacker. So, slim pickings a little bit at this point, but, just keep in mind how we can trade. So let's just hope for one of those things to happen. But I'd love to have Bobby Wagner, Isaiah Simmons, maybe bring back Cunningham. Cody Barton played well. You've got Tyrell Dodson I actually really like. So let's not forget him. Wouldn't mind him. Troy Reader, maybe his depth. But let me know how you're feeling about those linebackers. I'm not against old man River there. Now, at cornerback, I know a lot of people feel we have to add there. I'm telling you, don't forget about Isaiah Rodgers as I do every damn day here. Darius Slay, Zach McPherson coming back from injury. You got Kaylee Ringo, Eli Ricks. So we've got some things going on here, man. CJ Gardner-Johnson can help there. So, hey, you want to go at it, Tre'Davious White? I'm not against it. We talked about it. Sure, it might cost you some money, but if you can talk him down a little, convince him, some dummy years on the end to lower the cap hit, go win a Super Bowl here, and if you're trying to move on from certain people, that could be a possibility. But if not, man, just go grab a Tavier Thomas, a Rock Ya-Sin, Miles Bryant, Kendall Vildor, Bryce Hall. I really like. We talked about a lot of those guys. If you watch that free agent series where I break down every single position, show you every single free agent, and then all of my top fits, like 20 top fits, we talked about a lot of guys, and a lot of those guys are still available here. Looking at Jerry Jacobs, Trey Herndon, Chandon Sullivan, CJ Henderson, there's some names that could help you. Antonio Hamilton, man, Dane Jackson, Levi Wallace, all those guys, I would not mind, but I've said it. I like the depth we have right now, but not against adding to it. Now, the safeties, I apparently just didn't want to finish it or saved the wrong picture. Either way, something happened there. But we need safety, so I have no idea, honestly. I have no idea what happened there. But Justin Simmons, Cameron Curl, Eddie Jackson, Black, because I did make a damn, I did do this. That's what's pissing me off as I look at this. But anyways, as we continue to look together, Ashton Davis is still available. I think he's very, very underrated. Same for Jordan Fuller. I know a lot of people talk about Deshaun Elliott, but what about Brandon Jones from Miami? I like Cameron Curl. Still can get Justin Simmons. Jordan Whitehead is still available. I like him a lot. So a lot of the guys we talked about are still available out there. So for me, I apologize that I don't know where those two guys that I added, and I have no idea who they are, but I'll look at my phone because it'll tell me exactly who they are because I've got the damn picture. But I'm a drifter, so bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. But that is going to be all of your free agents, and I'd love to hear how you feel about that defense there. But I'll tell you who they were. And he is not a free agent. Ryan Neal from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers was one of those fellas. And I should have just tried to find the picture. But, Kyle Duggar, because we talked about him on the transition tag, you can still try to sign Kyle Duggar. So while everyone says there's no safeties, I think, for me, Curl, Simmons, Duggar, those are some names I wouldn't mind at all. And then the ones I just named that not only could be depth, they could be starting pieces, man. Whitehead and Ashton Davis from the Jets. I think both of them are viable candidates there. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Everything that you need to know about the Eagles and what's going on this damn free agent season, as we like to call in these parts, sicko season. So let's go, baby. But I will return tomorrow. Wednesday, 4 o'clock is the official time that free agency begins. So once that happens, all of the numbers, everything becomes official, everything we need to know. That's what I can give you guys. The cap space, how much money we still have, that I can prove to you we still have money to go trade for someone, sign people, still sign our draft picks, because you're going to see all that stuff about how, we got to have money for that. Nope. Just tell them, go watch Jimmy Smith. He'll show you exactly how this cap works. So let's go. You know what the cap's looking like for another is always a draft, no doubt. Tomorrow is the cap space show. When all the numbers come out tomorrow, when free agency begins, I will be dropping that. Hope we just keep ready. So yeah, I would love that. Some quality intel, though. I don't think Eagles get another running back since we also got Tyrion. Oh no, they will definitely add competition to that room. It'll just be, you're not getting Derrick Henry like people were asking for. And obviously he's a Raven now, but yeah, man, he went to the Steelers there. So unfortunate. Didn't Joshua leave? Still got regular? No, he did not. Queen went to Pittsburgh. Yes, he did. Metro, yes, he did. All right, let me just read some of this. I'll miss you all. Yes, I saw that. There we go. Anything not trading Reddick, as we were just talking about there, my friend. So yes, indeed. Josh Johnson. Yeah, he's all right. Think she should stay. Yes, indeed, I do. Think it was the Bills. No. And I appreciate you all. Let's go. If anything happened while I'm on this video, I did not see it, but we were just looking at all the moves through the day, and I did not see anything. But you stay safe, stay safe as well these next few days. And yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I don't do the rumors. I don't talk about that stuff here. I'll only give you news if it's news or if my source tells me something. But, tomorrow, I told you I'm going to try to be home as quick as I can, the same as every damn day because it's going to be chaos. But I'll put together these shows. I will get all the cap information. You will know everything. I know every content creator is tuning in, waiting for that. Look, dog, I'll make you look like the smartest mother effer. Your shows will grow and blossom. I promise. I will have for them, but you sickos, I will have it for you, especially because that's what this is all about, baby. So I'll have the cap. I'll have all the updated stuff. Anything happens tomorrow, you'll get everything just like it happens every single day on this show. If something happens, you're going to get a video breakdown whenever I get home, whenever I can. Maybe I could be out at a job site. Maybe I'm at the gas station. Maybe I'm walking my dog. Wherever it will be, you will see my ass. So that's what it's all about here in these parts. Let's effing go. But that's all I've got for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Yo, Bob, I appreciate that, my friend. Glad you are enjoying these videos. So appreciate you, China. Let's go. And it's all right, man. There's a lot of misinformation out there. That's why I started on the road to victory. We are the counteraction to it. We are the ones getting the Eagles media and content creators finally learning how the cap works, how, anything works, what position people play. All that stuff is very important to becoming an expert. So if we can get them going down that road, maybe we can get them starting to get things right and to stop lying so damn much. It's a dream of mine, and I'll keep fighting, baby, all the way to the end. And all of you who took those memberships, I better see a damn question from each and every one of you because Drew is the effing man for giving you those. Love you, man. Cannot thank you enough for that. But all of you guys, tune in Fan Friday. We're going to be breaking things down, but I'll be making videos throughout the next couple of days, breaking all this, every single move, dude. So just watch out for the videos. You'll be getting early day videos where it's best remaining, and then you'll get live breakdowns every day throughout free agency. So that's all I've got for you tonight. You guys got anything from this? Do me a favor, hit that like button. You can always subscribe, as I say, because I'm always down to talk some birds, baby. And if you're a true sicko, welcome to the family. Again, a big shout out to Drew for the super chat and for the gifting of 10 memberships. A big shout out to Mark for the super chat as well. Cannot thank you guys enough for the support. Each and every one of you who watched, commented, liked, all that stuff, man. Sharing this stuff on different platforms even. You guys are awesome. And Seamus knows what's coming. So I better start seeing it. Luffy already had it going. Let's start it. Let's start seeing it in the comments. You know. So Howie, I expect to be cooking again tomorrow on the official start of free agency. So don't be confused when you see day one of free agency tomorrow because it's the official day one of free agency. So we'll be talking about all of it. Hope to see you then. Hope you guys all have yourselves a great rest of your night. You know, if anything happens, I will be back. But until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all have a great night. Stay safe out there. And as always, say it with me now. Go Birds!